Hello everybody, I am Hacklebeast, and this is the very first cast of Noise ASL Season number 2. I am very lucky today to be joined by Dodie. Dodie, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for having me here.
My pleasure. First match today is going to be Jonoman versus Splax, a PvP. But I want to go a little bit into how we're casting this.
Okay.
The format for this was unique, and I like the format personally. I think it's an interesting way of doing it, but it's a little bit complicated to try to explain with just words. How it works is when you win games, you go up in rank, and you play better players, and when you lose, you go down in rank and play worse players. The people with the top 4 ranks at the end of 10 rounds are going on to the next round. The issue is that creates 60, or is it 60? No, it's 50, excuse me, 50 games per group.
That's sick.
So we can't cast all of those, especially considering that there are 6 groups. How we are going to do this is we are going to cast one game from each round from 6 through 10 per group.
That's fine with me.
The issue is that we were supposed to be casting just the top tier game of each round. But when I got sent the replay folder, there were 2 games in each folder, and they were not labeled which one was the top one and which one was the bottom one. So it really means I have 2 options each round, and I just get to pick one based off of which players I like more, alphabetical order. I'm not sure. We'll figure out how we're going to pick later, but that's how this cast is going to work. We're going to be doing one game a round, starting from round 6 of the first 3 groups, A, B, and C. So that means that this is a game between Splax and Jonoman. It was a round 6 match.
Okay.
All right. So now
that's gonna be a sick marathon.
It's gonna be a sick marathon.
Yeah.
We can actually start talking about the game now, though.
Jonoman starts with 2 gate. I don't think that's in generally a good idea on match point because it had such long ways. But we see how it works out, and yeah, Splax starts with a core standard tech with a zealot. Yeah, that's what happened so far. I don't know these players, so maybe you can tell something about them.
Nah, man, I don't cast amateur leagues. I'm completely in the dark. So I will be learning about these players as we go through the tournament and hopefully be getting a better idea. I've certainly seen these names around. Jonoman does relatively well in lower ranked tournaments, and Splax actually played for IFU in Gambit Cup for a week.
That's not too bad.
So, but to what I wanted to comment on what you said, yeah, I would agree that 2-gate just normal, the way Jonoman is doing it, isn't necessarily the best way to go about it on match point. But on match point, there are so many good places for proxy.
That's true.
Like, if you put the pylon over here, then hung the gateways on the outside of its base. Or just straight up proxy 2-gated. I think if you went that route, a 2-gate could be really strong. But as you said, when you do it the traditional way and just put them in your base, it means that is a very long distance for the Zealot to be going, and it's going to be pretty easy for the Goon to be out.
Definitely, but as it seems, he doesn't even want to kill him, he just wants to expand, so that's fine, I think. And we're seeing... did he cancel his range, that Splax?
I think he did, in fact.
Because it was like moving and now it doesn't, and I don't think he has range full yet, so... A strange move. I don't know why he did that, but we'll see.
Pretty decent micro from Splax there, keeping his Zealots alive. It's going to be long enough to take out 2 of Jonoman's Zealots, and now he can easily micro back the Goon, right? Right? Okay,
yeah, we're good. He's doing fine.
Alright, a little bit distracted, microing the full health Goon on the other side as new Zealots coming in. But you were absolutely right when you called it. The 2-gate was just too far away, and there was already a Goon out by the time that Jonoman's first Zealots had arrived. And now there are 3 Goons. Jonoman hasn't scored any Goon kills quite yet, and range has restarted. So Jonoman's going to have to chain attacks here. Looks like it will be a fast Nexus.
Yes.
And
that will be close, I think.
Wow.
I don't know.
And he's actually throwing down a Forge, too. So this is in a way, it's almost like a 12 Nex. But instead of throwing down Nexus 2 gateways and a forge, he threw down 2 gateways, Nexus, forge. He's still going to have an economic advantage over Splax, who is looking to set up his expo soon. I mean, he's not storing up money quite yet, but he has a probe there.
What the fuck is he doing? He's like attacking his, what pylon he's attacking? Oh, it was a...
Yeah, it was Splax's pylon. I don't know why he built a pylon there.
Yes, strange move. I was so confused. I thought he's attacking his own pylon. But... Okay. Yeah, this is going to be very close. I don't know, the first cannon is about to be finished, but I think he can hold it, because if Splax would have range, it would be a lot... Oh, he's doing fine, okay. Let's see.
Yep.
If he gets that cannon, I don't know. Oh, this is so close.
The goons are kind of trapping themselves in a corner here, making it a little bit harder to micro, but he's still doing a really good job despite that. But finally, one cannon finishes, and that's going to be able to do a lot of damage to these goons. Yeah, it gets cleaned up by the Zealot, and couldn't quite pull it off, but really nice. Really nice there.
He still haven't got his range. What I wanted to say is if he had range by now, I think he could have busted this natural, but without it range, it wasn't possible. Even though he did very good micro in this case, but yeah.
Alright. Oh, range is now finished, but so are 3 cannons. And 3 cannons are very good against goons in small numbers.
Yes. So and as you mentioned, he just wasted a couple of goons, so I don't think he can bust this anymore.
Not anytime soon. Looks like Jonoman finally sent in his probe he was hiding there to get the scout off. He's going to be in... he did delay it long enough to see that a robo facility's coming up. But not to see whether it's going to be for Reavers or not.
Yeah, I think that Jonoman is fine now. He's got a huge advantage, and I think maybe a little bit too early, but I think that he got this game because he can just macro up so badly now, and the rover facility is like so late. I don't think that he can do damage with reverse or such, but we see. I don't know.
I'm definitely liking Jonoman's position, but Splax has options for getting back into this. One of those options is going to be to take a very, very quick third expansion.
That's what he just did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's an interesting one. I mean, Jonoman doesn't have a scout out, so he's not going to realize that Splax's army is going to be a little bit weak. And if Jonoman doesn't react properly, then he won't be able to keep his economic lead. His economic lead will go away.
Yeah, that's true.
And it does look like an observatory. Okay. If he wasn't going to go for a quick third base, his other option was to tech up to Reavers a lot faster than his opponent and try to get off some Reaver harass on the probes. But obviously that... Well, not obviously. That's arguably a riskier option than going for the very fast
Definitely,
third.
Yeah. But I rarely see this, like this third expansion thing. I personally never have done it before, but that's like new to me. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean...
Okay, range is finished for Jonoman. Let's see. Sorry, I'm like interrupting you so much.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, man. It's... Jonoman sent out 1 Dragoon to get scouting, but it was killed off really quickly by Splax. And Splax has a really big army. There's no way that Jonoman's going to be able to sneak anything out. Now actually stepping forward, picking off 2 hold position zealots, and Jonoman can't engage here because he has a similar number of goons, but he won't be able to get a good arc at all. So he's going to have to sacrifice 2 pylons there, supply blocking him.
Yes.
Oh, that's...
But he just started his Reaver, so yeah. Maybe that will pop out soon, so I think he's still fine. He won't die to this, but yeah, Splax got a lot of goons.
Yeah, he won't die to this, certainly, but it's not at a point where he needs to not die. He needs to be finding a way to put on aggression. And he does have a lot faster Reaver than Splax. Splax has his Robo support done, and it looks like he went straight for Reaver, because I don't see a shuttle. So actually, the Reaver itself won't be that much faster, but the fact that Splax doesn't have a shuttle means he won't be able to do anything much. And Splax is now pulling back. It's actually a really nice time to pull back as the Reaver just finishes. Man, how long is it going to take Jonoman to realize that Splax has a third base?
Yeah, what's very interesting, as you said, he's like already have like the same supply right now as Jonoman, so the third expansion seriously worked out for his supply at least. and he's adding 3 gateways, so he's gonna macro up pretty sick soon. So yeah. Let's see. An observer goes to the main of Jonoman from Splax. Jonoman is moving a little bit out now, but not too far. On 4 gateways still.
Oh man, Jonoman has an advantage here, but I'm not sure if he can actually get all the way across the map before Splax's shuttle finishes. Because once Splax gets his Reaver into the fight, the army sizes will be too similar, and Jonoman really won't be able to compete. But if he goes like right now, maybe,
that would be perfect.
maybe he'd be able to get there in time, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it. And he's still just not sending the scout out. Maybe he's waiting for Observer.
Yes.
I think, yeah, he has an Observer on the way. He's probably just going to be scouting with that. But once that Observer gets out and sees what's going on, it's going to be too late.
Yes, yeah, you got a point there. If he would move out now, he could just kill the 3rd expansion so easily on that ramp, and it would.
Wait, what?
What?
What? Okay, go check out Jonoman's base, top building, and then check out his natural.
Jonoman. What? Okay.
What?
What the fuck?
You know what, man?
Not
my first thought. Not my first thought in how to counter an opponent who has more expansions than me. Build double citadels, but
yes,
he's gonna get that range
that's
upgrade
a secret
double
strategy.
All right. Oh man. God, I hope that he did that on purpose, and there's some really good reason why. He's like, I put it here because Citadel Pylon Wall is this awesome wall.
But that happens. I did it in a PvZ. I built 2 robotics and 2 observatories, so that was pretty stupid as well.
Oh man! All right. Well, here we go with the engagement. But Splax moved out without his Reaver.
Yeah, that's strange.
Oh, it means
he waited for the second one, I think.
I'm actually looking for the shuttle now. There we go. Yep. The shuttle does have 2 Reavers in it, so both players have 1 shuttle for 2 Reavers. That means the battle can swing very easily with a very nice snipe. And the first player who gets that snipe is going to be able to take the battle handily. Ooh. Splax throwing away his Observer there, a little bit unfortunate. Now, Splax does have the high ground advantage and is going to have a pretty nice arc unless Jonoman just cuts through, but it looks like Jonoman is going to be going in for some harass here. There's no defense. How many shots can he get? Oh! Oh!
Ah, stupid scares.
Man, that second one would have been devastating, but the first one did.
I was like, hit, please.
The first one still did do a good amount of damage. It's a very nice 5 free probes to pick up and then just move right back. It looks like Jonoman might be thinking about trying to come up in this direction. That's not where Splax's army is, but on the other hand, that's such a small ramp, and it's such an easy trap on this map to try to want to attack up that ramp. It very rarely works out. But Jonoman's got to be able to figure out how to do something. Killing 5 probes is nice, but he's got to keep it up. Whoa.
I have no idea who's having an advantage right now. This is such a strange game.
Jonoman somehow snuck a probe into Splax's base and got a probe kill. Nice.
He just drove through. But Splax should transfer some probes from his main base to his natural again.
Yes. Yes, he should. He seems to have a bunch of them selected. I'm using FUD new software so I can see what units they have selected. That's what the little dashed white line is. He just has 4 probes selected.
That's strange.
Well, he's thinking about transferring, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so both players on even supply. Now this is getting to a point, especially at C ranks, where Reavers start to lose their effectiveness just because it's too easy to lose them and too hard to be constantly using micro. So Templar become very valuable. Looks like Jonoman wins the fight in that regard, getting his Templar off first, but will he be able to get any Storms off? I don't even know if he has Storm upgrade. The Templar's not going to do anything. Both players getting the Reaver shots off. 1 Reaver goes down for both players. It's down to 1 Reaver. There is an Archon, but that should fall pretty quickly as well. Goons are very good versus Archons. He's keeping his Reaver alive. The Reaver's is dodging so many shots! It's dodging so many shots, but no! It finally goes down, and Jonoman, with an overwhelming number of goons, they had even supply, but because Splax had more probes, it means Jonoman had more supply in his army, and he's going to be able to crush that engagement despite the high ground. and he is in a very scary position right now. Should be a very easy kill on that third base. There are a couple of Dark Templar here, but Jonoman managed to keep his Observer alive in that fight, so those Dark Templars should not be an issue. And Jonoman had set up his third base and is looking great right now. Does he have Storm? I need to find his Storm.
No, he doesn't.
He does not.
Oh, he has by now, but he haven't had Storm in the fight.
Okay, it would appear he's done researching Storm. Very nice Storm opportunities on the probe line. Splax moving forward, trying to save this base, but it's not going to help against an overwhelming number of goons. GG.
Wow.
Splax
Okay.
and Jonoman. Yo, we both thought he was out.
Yeah, I thought so too, to be honest.
Very
But
nice
I think
engagement.
Splax was just too slow, but he was like so confused by the Reaver drop and yeah, couldn't macro enough. So that was the point, I think.
All right. So